Hello, good morning, and welcome to Rep Sports. This is the Shan Shahane, and I'm joined with Sneha and Bharat. It's good to be back on the English platform. We haven't been as active, but covering the Duleep Trophy at the moment, we sure will be. We got Bharat and Sneha joining, like I mentioned. Bharat is at the Chinnaswamy. It's the big tournament schedule, Duleep Trophy. It's India A versus India B and India C versus India D. Bharat will be covering India A versus India B. So that's the first game we'll talk about. And then obviously we'll talk about India C versus India D. Bharat, first of all, how's the atmosphere out there? What's it like? Is there a big crowd turnout?
Yeah, obviously it's going to be a great match here. There are a lot of players. There are a lot of players who Indian players are going to play in this match. And when the bus came, when the team A bus came, a lot of KL Rahul fans were, outside the main gate, and they were really cheering for him. Yeah, looks like it will be a good match. Obviously, Prasidh Krishna is not going to play. He has
Yeah.
an injury, but there are still lots of good pace bowlers to watch out for. Kaverappa is there, and even Avesh Khan is there. The tall pace trio as they call, and obviously Shubman Gill. Yesterday he was in the press conference. He was talking about how he has worked on his defense. So it would be interesting to see how he goes about playing in these conditions because there's a bit of grass in the wicket. Hopefully, it will turn out to be good display. And we also have to remember there is someone like Nitish Kumar Reddy, and he has been returning from an injury. Hopefully, I will take his interview in the evening. But India are looking out for an all-rounder. So with him also in the fray, there are lots of good players to watch out for, and the crowd is building up. Especially Karnataka fans have come here to watch Mayank Agarwal, maybe Kaverappa, KL Rahul, and all these guys. So hopefully, it will be a good atmosphere.
Yeah, absolutely. Sneha, two good teams, India A versus India B. I think on paper, India A seems like the stronger side, but listen, in India B has some quality players as well. But we'll talk about the captain from India A, Shubman Gill. A lot of responsibility. He'll want to lead from the front, get some runs on the board, give him that confidence when India has that massive test schedule which is lined up. So the importance of Shubman Gill as a captain.
Yes, absolutely. And not only as a captain, I think as a batter also. I think he needs to work out on his batting also. Because if you've seen the recent outings of his in any format, I am saying that he has not been that good because the way he started his international career in any format, he was one of the consistent player for India. But if you see in the last 5 6 months, he has failed to show to deliver that consistency in any format of the game. So I think it's a huge test for him as a skipper, but as a batter also. Ahead of the Bangladesh series, I think this Duleep Trophy might play an influential role in selecting some players for the upcoming series,
Yes.
especially for the home series. I'm
Yes,
not talking of foreign series, but at least for the Bangladesh series, we might see some new faces, getting tried in the Bangladesh home series before the most awaited Australian series. But for Shubman Gill, I think it's a huge case because we are expecting to, when the team will get announced for Bangladesh, we are expecting him to get a leadership role. Maybe his vice captaincy, but still we are expecting. So let's see how it goes. But it's a huge match for him, both as a batter and as keeper.
yeah. Valid points, valid points. Bharat, Sneharshish mentioned youngsters. India A has Riyan Parag and Dhruv Jurel. Obviously, Dhruv Jurel won't be the first choice wicketkeeper for India in this upcoming Test series, but he still have a huge responsibility for the side and everything to play for. Rishabh Pant obviously will be that first-hand wicketkeeper, but talk about Dhruv Jurel here. He'll be taking that confidence from all that international cricket he's played recently. So, your thoughts on Dhruv Jurel?
Can you come again? Is it about Jaiswal?
I'm asking you about Dhruv Jurel. He's obviously not the first choice wicketkeeper for India at the moment, but he'll have a lot of responsibility for this India A side. And obviously, going ahead, he's someone that this team would like to groom.
Dhruv Jurel, right?
Yeah.
Dhruv Jurel obviously he showed a lot of good temperament. He showed the application in the series against England. He has a good technique, and again, hopefully will come good because I think he is someone who can not just play in India. He's someone who can go and play even in Australia because he has the right kind of technique to play fast bowling. So yeah, it would be interesting to see how he goes about playing in these conditions because, as I said, I think there is a bit of grass in the wicket, so pace bowlers will also come in the equation. From what I heard, even in Anantapur, there is a bit of grass in the wicket. So interesting to see how batters will acclimatize to these conditions, and that will be also a good test for someone like Dhruv and also others in the side, the openers as well, Daishwal and all these guys. It will be a good test because I think the wicket will help the fast bowlers, and it will also help these batters when they go
Yeah.
abroad and play in other conditions.
Yeah, it's going to be a good battle, you're right, but I think it's going to be a good battle between bat and ball. It'll be nice to see how these players, get used to these conditions and possibly put themselves in the best situation. Snehashi, Shivam Dube is also part of this India A squad. After this, we move on to India B. But Shivam Dube, your thoughts on him? He's possibly not had the best of form. Was in that T20, that winning squad. But after that, obviously, a lot of talks about him. But he's had a fairly good Ranji Trophy as well. What do you think? Do you think he can possibly deliver in the longer format?
See, personally, I don't see him, getting a chance in the red ball format in some time. I think there is a long. We need to work more in the especially in the red ball format. But in the white ball format, I really want to see him, consistently in the team because he has that X factor. But the problem is that converting that potential into the performance. That's the problem he has. I think he needs to work on that. But in the red ball format, I don't see him, getting a chance recently in a team where so many talented red ball players are waiting for a chance in for Team India. But see what I said in the first question also that this tournament is very is a great opportunity for every player, who plays for India, who doesn't play for India, because I don't see this much of hype regarding a Duleep Trophy tournament in recent years. It used to happen when Sachin Tendulkar, and others used to play because that time those seniors players used to play this kind of tournament. But if you see the recent, 8-10 years, you don't see so many seniors players who play for India on a regular basis play Duleep Trophy or any other tournament. So I think uh, this time around it's a huge opportunity for everyone. I think selectors will keep an eye on every player, and they know which type of player Team India needs in any format of the game.
Yeah.
So just like others, Shivam Dube also has a great opportunity. But personally, I don't think that he has any chance to get a chance to get a get a place in the red
Yeah.
ball format in coming
Agreed.
days.
I completely agree, Snehashi. I think there's already so much competition, and for that position that he'll try as well, I don't think he might have that capability at the moment. Bharat, I wanted to ask you about Rishabh Pant. Rishabh Pant, coming back to the longer format after that massive injury, he'll be India's first choice wicketkeeper. But how do you
Yes.
think he's going to approach this game? Yes, Snehashi.
1 second, just one update. Shubman Gill won the toss and opted to field first.
Thank you so much. So Shubman Gill has won the toss and opted to field first. So Bharat, two questions for you. What do you think of this decision and Rishabh Pant?
Can you come again because this
Yeah,
somewhere
so two questions for you. Shubman Gill has
someone
won the
said
toss, elected to bowl first.
in,
So your thoughts on that
who won the
decision?
toss?
And Shubman Gill, team A.
India won the toss.
Yeah, India A. And also your thoughts on Rishabh Pant.
We have to. I just please ask. Can you ask the question again? A
Rishabh
lot of
Pant.
disturbance.
Can you hear me, Bharat? Rishabh Pant, Rishabh Pant.
India won the toss.
India won the toss, yes. And also your thoughts on Rishabh Pant.
Okay. On Rishabh Pant, my thoughts.
Yeah, yeah,
See, obviously, he's returning from. He's returning. Obviously, just a few months ago, he's returned from a major accident, major injury. So he's slowly been coming back to his best. I saw him even in the DPL a little bit. It seemed like he had some problems. He still had some problems with regard to his footwork. But yeah, he's coming back to his best. Hopefully, more matches he plays, the better it is for him because he has to see what happens is if you don't play for a year or two, then at least for a year or two, then what happens is you will lose that bit of muscle memory. Even if you think of someone like in tennis, if you look at Rafa Nadal, he didn't play for a year or so, and then he tried to make a comeback. But even if you're a great player, then you would have lost a little bit of muscle memory. You won't particularly play the kind of shots that you want to play, and that's how I think similar with Rishabh Pant. Hopefully, will when hopefully will get back to his best by playing more matches. That's the only way I think
Yeah,
he can improve his footwork.
hopefully, absolutely. And you caught up with some fans as well, Bharat, so we'll play that video of you speaking to the fans, and after that, we'll continue on the discussion.
ಸೊ ಇದು ರೆಫ್ ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ಸಿಂದ ಬಂದಿದ್ದು ಏನು ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಈ 4 ಡೇ ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಯಾರು ವಿನ್ ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ?
ತುಂಬ ಖುಷಿ ಅನಿಸುತ್ತೆ ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ನೋಡೋದು. ಅಣ್ಣನ ನೋಡೋದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀವಿ ದಾವಣಗೆರೆಯಿಂದ.
ಯಾರನ್ನ?
ಎಲ್ ರೌಂಡ್.
ಓಕೆ, ಬೇರೆ ಯಾರು ಫೇವ್ರೇಟ್ ಪ್ಲೇಯರ್ ಇಲ್ವಾ?
ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಇದೆ, ಬಟ್ ಅಣ್ಣ ನೋಡೋದು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂತ ನಮ್ಮ ಹೆಮ್ಮೆ.
ಓಕೆ,
ಬೇರೆ ಫ್ಯಾನ್ಸ್ ನೋಡೋಣ, ಖುಷಿ ಪಡೋಣ ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
ಶುಭ್ಮನ್ ಗಿಲ್ ಸಾಯ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಖುಷಿ ಅನಿಸುತ್ತೆ, ಬಟ್ ಅಣ್ಣ ನೋಡೋಷ್ಟು ಖುಷಿ ಅನ್ಸಲ್ಲ. ನಮಗೆ ಕನ್ನಡ ಮಾತಾಡೋದ್ರೆ ಇಷ್ಟ, ಬಿಟ್ಟರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಮಾತಾಡೋದು ಇಷ್ಟ.
ಇವತ್ತು ಕೇಳ್ರಲ್ಲ 100 ಹೊಡೆದ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ.
100 ಹೊಡಿತಾರೆ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಖುಷಿ ಹೊಡಿಬೇಕು. ನಾನು ನೋಡಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದ 50 ಆಗಲಿ 100 ಆಗಿ ಹೊಡಿಲಿ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಎಂಜಾಯ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ನಾವು ಫುಲ್ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ.
Yeah, a lot of animated fans. Bharat, thanks for those reactions. It's good to see these fans come out for a domestic Duleep Trophy game as well. Sneashish, we'll talk about the other game and then we can quickly discuss this other game as well here. Your thoughts on this game, your India C versus India D. A good mixture of players. I'll tell you some players of India C here. Not as strong as India A, in my opinion, but a good mix. They've got Gaikwad as the captain, Sai Sudarshan, Suryakumar Yadav. So let's talk about some of these players here. Who do you want to speak about first? Do you want to speak about Sky first? Suryakumar Yadav, a lot of people are saying he can make it to the test squad, but he'll have to have a fantastic tournament.
In that match also, I think Team C have won the toss and opted to field first. Ruturaj Gaikwad
Awesome.
has won the to field first, but I think Suryakumar Yadav has an issue with an injury. So I was thinking that he will miss the first round of matches, but I don't know. I have to check with that.
Yes, I think yes, you're right. Yes, yeah, he's going to miss the first leg. Yeah, it slipped my mind.
Yeah. I think, but currently what I'm seeing on ESPN Cricket Info, he is in the playing 11. So I'm not getting it right. So I have to check with the television because
Okay.
BCCI clearly said that he will miss the first round of matches. So it is interesting to see his name in the playing 11. But overall, it's a young side. I will say most of the players are very young. It's a great opportunity for them, especially using
Domestic talent is very strong there. Like a lot of domestic talent. Yes.
That Gaikwad, we know how good batter he is. We have seen him playing for India, especially in the white ball format. But the quality and the technique he has, we know that he can be a good player in the red ball format also. And we have seen him doing good in the domestic cricket. I have seen him playing for India in Bangalore in Chinnaswamy last year. India versus New Zealand day. So he was batting brilliantly. We've seen Rajat Patidar also batting. We know how good spin player he is. We have seen him playing in England, in India. So Abhishek Porel, another name. Abhishek Porel impressed in IPL. I know that's a different format,
Yeah.
but still he made some glimpses that he can be one of the options when it comes to Team India. And other one guy, Manav Sutar. I was very impressed with the under 19 days. He was a very good bowler, left arm spinner. But overall, it's a very young team. Good to you don't get to see all these players together. Most of the times in your cricket calendar. So it's a good opportunity for us also to get to know some players who can
And follow them closely. Yeah.
So great option for them and great opportunity for us also. So let's see how it goes. But overall, it's a young side and the four teams are very well balanced. When the team came, all the teams came. The most interesting part for me was the four teams are very interestingly balanced and hope for a good show all these 3 matches.
Hopefully, absolutely. Bharat, Sneha said that India C is fairly a young side, which I completely agree with. But what do you think about Sai Sudarshan? Yeah, obviously, Sai Sudarshan, likes the longer format. He's got the temperament of a longer format player. So obviously, a lot of expectations on Sai Sudarshan. Have you followed him closely over your journalistic years? What do you think about Sai Sudarshan?
On the other match, Team C and D.
Yeah, and Sai Sudarshan specifically from TC.
So Team C and
Sai
D, right?
Sudarshan from Team C. Yeah.
Obviously, that is going to be played in Anandpur, and what I know, they have prepared, specially prepared. The interesting thing about that match is specially prepared a track which will have some pace, which will have some bounce, and there will be enough grass in that wicket. So it will be interesting to see how that match pans out, because especially with India about to play in Australia later this year. So from what I've heard, they prepared the conditions that are specifically uh, which kind of replicate the conditions that we would see in Australia. I think that's the most important salient feature of that match. So hopefully, pace bowlers will get some assistance, and we'll get to see how the batsmen come through in that game.
Yeah, Bharat, why don't you also speak about Rajat Patidar over here? Obviously, do you think after that horrible debut series, does he have any sort of chance of making a comeback? Can you hear me, Bharat?
Let him take.
Yeah, I'll speak a little louder. I wanted to ask you about Rajat Patidar. Yeah. Do you think after the horrible debut test series, does he have any chance of making a comeback?
Problem is there.
All right, no worries. Snesh is wanting to take that question.
Yeah, Rajat Patidar. See, he's a very good player of spin, what we see in IPL. But the problem was in the Test series that you were mentioning against England, we were expecting a better show from him because we have seen him playing big knocks, mammoth knocks in domestic cricket. What I mentioned earlier also that in the last year against New Zealand, he played there. If I am not wrong, he scored 100. And the way he was playing, especially against the spinners and the spacers also, it was so good to see him batting. And he has the style, he has the technique. So it's a huge opportunity for him because the way he played that in that England series, I think if I was Rajat Patidar, I would be, in danger. I would think that I have lost my place in Team India. It will get me another, one year, 2 years to get a place in Team India again. I have to prove myself again. And this is the best opportunity for him to prove himself again in front of the selectors ahead of the Bangladesh series. So if this Duleep Trophy goes well for him, especially the first two matches, because if I'm not wrong, the Bangladesh series starting from 19th of
Yes, yes, 19.
so I think you will get two matches before that before the series to start off. So I think the first or second match will be very much crucial for the selectors to see if any youngster can get a chance in this home series. And I think Rajat Patel will one of the key players whom the selectors will keep an eye. And I wish that he will do good because he has shown that potentiality that he can be one of the top test player for Team India in coming years. But he needs to be
Absolutely.
consistent and he needs to show that on field while playing for India.
Surely, surely. Yes, I think Rajat will obviously have some sort of pressure on him to deliver, but he surely can. We'll before we end this live, we'll quickly talk about Team D. Bharat, I wanted to ask you about Team D, and obviously Shreyas Iyer, the captain, after KKR's great IPL season, he's been out of the sidelines for a bit here. So talk about Shreyas Iyer as a captain, and what sort of mental preparation do you think he must have brought into this game? I think Bharat still has an issue here. Can you hear me, Bharat?
Yeah, can you repeat again? I will try.
Yeah. I just wanted to ask you about Shreyas Iyer from Team D. His expectations,
But Sai
his
Sai, apart from
captaincy.
Sai Sai.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sai Sai obviously
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Shreyas Iyer obviously again he has had his back problems, and recently, if you remember, he's playing in a local tournament and he got out a short ball, and again there are lots of comments on Twitter. So that's something that has troubled him a lot. So if Shreyas Iyer is going to make a comeback into India's test team, then this is his chance to perform well, because obviously there are some good fast bowlers in all the four teams. There are some decent fast bowlers. So if he puts up a good performance, maybe the selectors will be convinced that he can
Hmm.
play the short ball. What has happened is not just a short ball, because he's a kind of he has that back foot trigger. So he has also had problems against the fuller length deliveries. So yeah, there are a couple of problems he's facing technically, and he is also having a back problem. But he's trying his best. What I saw in that local match, I think it was the Kanga League match or whatever, that he was looking to play back and then go across. So that means he's trying to improve his game against a short ball, trying to play the full shot. Hopefully, somewhere it will help him. See, you have to always remember when it comes to playing the short ball. It's very difficult problem to. It's a very difficult problem to overcome. You can look at the history. Very few batters have come through while facing a problem in the short ball. But hopefully, from his point of view, in this match, he will come good and score some runs, and that
Yeah.
will at least make the selectors. That will at least get the selectors interested if
Yes.
he wants to really get back into India's test side.
Yeah, let's see. I think the short ball problem has been existing, and a lot of people have been speaking about it. So, let's hope that he can possibly counter this and wish him the best. It's almost game time. Two big games. We'll obviously come back after the day's play and have a quick discussion as well. Thank you both for joining, and thank you to the audience as well. We'll catch you all really, really soon. Have a great day, ahead, and we'll catch you right after the match. Thank you. Thanks, Baras. Thanks, Neshish.